All right, so we got our handy dandy highlighter, and we take our handy dandy highlighter and we highlight responded. So that would be these guys. And then we take our 22 to 39, and that's these guys, right? Is there another one? And 39. I'm sorry. Thank you. It pays to read the question. Well, she said okay. She would have a fit. It's easier to do that problem by hand because if you do it with the calculator, you get all messed up. So I'm going to take my pen, and I know it's going to be hard to see. It's going to make it a little bit easier to see. So we're going to take $80 plus $262 plus $252 plus $143 plus $145 plus $209. That is our yellow. Our green, $262 plus 19 plus $252 plus 32. And green and yellow make the lighter green, so I'm just going to circle them in blue. There's our overlaps. Minus 262 plus 252. And all of that over, what's the total? 1267. Now take the calculator out. And when I say take the calculator out, that's when you need to calculate it, unless you're Rain Man. And give me how many decimal places? And y'all need to start reading the directions. Okay? There's a lot of you females in here that have got a little bit of testosterone in your blood. Y'all are not reading the directions. Okay? Now I can understand the males because they don't read directions. But there's a lot of females, y'all are not reading the directions, and that goes against everything that y'all live for because, you know, females are perfect. You know that, don't you? Guys, make sure you know that before you get hit. At least for the last 22 years. All right? So give me 3 decimal places. All I heard was 0.901. Did everybody get that? I'm not trusting you anyway. That's your answer. Okay, so you got a 90% chance of, if you put all these names and ages in a, on a slip of paper, put each one on a slip of paper and put them all in a box, shake it up, and you pull one name out, you got a 90% chance of getting responded or these two age groups. And that makes sense because which one has the biggest numbers? Those two age groups. So that makes sense that you would get a high percentage with the two biggest age groups. That's a test question. The other test question, did I give you the one that does not have a chart? Okay, that's the other test question. So, and if you can do those two test questions, you can pretty much do any of them. What if there's no overlap? You don't worry about it. So if I gave you, what is the probability of 30 or 50, you would add those two up and add those two up and put it over 1270, whatever, or whatever it came out to be. Okay, so if there's no overlap, you don't worry about it. All right, now let's talk about 4 point, next section, whatever it is, 4.4. Four point 4 is the multiplicative law, or multiplicative rule, or multiplication rule, whatever they call it. The multiplication law is around the word and, where the additive law is around the word what? Or. There's only one thing you have to remember about the multiplicative law, and that is, in red, it means important, with replacement and without replacement. The best way to explain with replacement and without replacement is a bag of marbles. If I have a bag of marbles, and that bag of marbles have 10 red marbles, 13 green marbles, 14 blue marbles, and 10 yellow marbles. And I want to find out what is the probability of picking a green marble. Well, in 4.2, you found out that it's the number of times something happens over the number of times something can happen. So that would be how many? Well, where is the green? 13. That would be 13 over what? 13 over 47. Now that's the probability of picking 13 over 47. Now that is in 4.2, and that is the probability of picking a green marble. But what if I asked you to pick a green marble and a blue marble? You're going to pick two out. This is probability just in general. Probability in general. This is just like, what's the probability of picking a face card out of the deck of cards? That would be 12 out of 52. In other words, that's pretty generic. And in 4.3, we would have said, what's the pickability? What's the probability of picking a red or a green? And you're picking one. Now the multiplicative law, you're going to pick 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. So I want to know what's the probability of picking a green marble and a red marble. Okay? Now, I have to say one of these two things. Now, what if I don't? Well, then you have to do both, and then just ask the teacher which one to do, because on a marble, on a bag of marbles, you don't know whether it has to be given. Something like a bag of marbles, a deck of cards, whatever, that has to be given. So this is usually going to be given 90% of the time. What about the other 10% of the time? Well, there are some things in real life that can't go 2 times around. One is voting. No comment. The last 2 elections, Mickey Mouse voted. And the other is being dead. There ain't no coming back from that. We only know of one instance. Okay? I'm not going to say what it is, which one it is, because then I'll get in trouble for trying to convert people. Okay? So we'll just say it's Mohammed Zeus. Okay? How about that? There, that took care of that, didn't it? All right. Now, bodies, anything having to do with bodies or voting are going to be assumed that you are without replacement. Because once you vote, you can't go back and what? Change it. So you can't go back and put that vote in and vote again. Even though in some cities that actually did happen. But we won't talk about that. We just talk about it when it's a Republican. Anyway. All right. So I'm going to say with replacement. With replacement means that after I pick the first one, I look at it, I write it down, and what I do with it? Put it back in the bag. With replacement is putting it back in the bag. So that would be 1 out of, let's see, how many are in the bag? There's 47 in the bag, so that would be a blue one, a green one would be 13 out of 47 times, and with replacement, you would actually put it back in, and the probability does not change, so that the denominator would be what? Still 47, and in this case, the red is what? 10. So the denominator does not change. And you would get some kind of probability. I don't care about the number. Okay? That's with replacement. And with replacement, does it change the probability? Yes or no? You got a 50-50 shot. No, it does not. Because think about it. If I have 47 with the first draw, I put my hand in, pick out one, record it, put it back in. Have I changed the denominator? If the denominator does not change, you have not affected the probability from pick to pick. So, with replacement, and we'll put this in a color, put it in magenta, does not affect the probability. So look in your book, because I don't do the independent dependent. Chances are that's independent. Look in your book, somebody, and tell me where independent and dependent is in a box. 157. Okay, page what? 157. So turn to 157, and you'll see independent. The homework does the independent thing. I don't put that on the test. I just want you to be able to do the math with replacement or without replacement. Without replacement, well, that's going to affect something. That's going to affect the denominator and the numerator. Because when you pick out a green one or whatever, in the case may be, the next one would be 10 over what? 46. All right? Now, I need to tell you one other thing about with or without replacement. And this is just a Hubertism. It's not really in any book or anything. And that is, after 3 digits on the high end, it doesn't matter which formula you use. So you can write that down, but you need to make sure you know it's a Hubertism. I don't want you going around telling people in other math classes this, because then you'll start up an uproar. That's not in the book, and then they'll get all confused. After 3 digits on the high end, and when I say high end, I mean 200 or more. I have to be both in the numerator and the denominator. It doesn't matter whether you do with replacement or without replacement. And when we do some problems today, you're going to see there's no difference. So, okay. So, the multiplicative law, we're going to multiply the 2 fractions together or the 3 fractions together or whatever the case may be. But you have to read and you have to highlight if it's with replacement or without replacement, or you need to see if it's voting or if it's dead bodies or counting bodies. Because, once you just have to read the context of the question. If you have a wreck, you can't back up and have another wreck. You see what I'm saying? I mean, there's some things that you just can't do over and over versus picking a marble out of a bag. A marble out of a bag, you could do either one, with or without replacement. But, how many DUIs you had last year, you can't go back and change that. So you just have to read the question. But 90% of the time, they will tell you with or without replacement. And there's one other thing I was going to tell you, but I don't forget what it was. But no big deal. Oh, with replacement, you can use exponents. In other words, 1/3 times 1/3 times 1/3, how can you rewrite that? 1/3 to the 3rd power. So with replacement, since the denominator does not change, you can actually use exponent to do the same. It's the same fraction. And you'll see that when we do problems. Without replacement, you decrease the numerator and the denominator each by what? 1 each time. And I'm not going to write that because that's pretty self-explanatory. But if you wanted to use a shortcut with any of them, this one is the one you can use it with. So, let's do a question. And I'll try to pick some homework questions that I like to put on the test. I would love to go to El Herrero's. I have got a craving for some Mexican food. If I didn't have class, if I didn't have class next,
What did you say?
Medicina got me in trouble about a week ago. Yes?
You said without the replacement, you can subtract 1, right?
I don't repeat myself. You take off 1 in the numerator and the denominator each time. I'm trying to figure out what I'm supposed to be doing. What was I saying? Oh, homework questions. I'm going to pull up some homework questions. So, yeah, you got to watch that Medicina. It will get you in trouble. I prefer not to say, but it did include the law. Let me just put it to you that way. About the second worst thing besides the law.
Your wife.
I don't have a wife. Let's see. But you're close. Let's see. Let me find a good one to start with, because I don't want to start off. Oh, this is that independent, but I don't like doing those. Okay. Write that table down. And I like the drunk pedestrians and the drunk drivers. I like those. I think those are funny. I mean, can you imagine a drunk driver and a drunk pedestrian on the same road? They couldn't hit each other. Think about it.
I know a boy that, was it years ago, he was drunk, so he decided to walk home because he was about to go to the shop. He walked home and the drunk driver hit him and died, but he came back alive.
He came back alive.
I said,
Yeah, because he was drunk.
She just disproved the theory.
I swear he got it like his name is,
I'm talking about like after 5-6 days, okay?
his name's Blake Sharp.
What? It was 3. No, I can't say 3. I'd be converting people.
Okay.
He was 18.
Jesus, we're talking about Jesus. Good old Jesus.
Checking pulse seconds.
Somebody's going to behead you and nobody's going to do anything about it.
Me?
Man. I ain't got anything against Muslims. But a lot of people have hatred against the Ku Klux Klan. Well, the Ku Klux Klan is just like, or those people over there are just like the Ku Klux Klan. They're crazy. No, they just call themselves jihadists. Killing for God. Which all religions do it. The Christians did it during the Crusades. And the Christians before them, the Mosaic Christians, did it to the, well, they wasn't Christians, they were God followers, Mosaic law. They killed the people that stood up for Jesus. So, you got radicals in every religion. I don't think the Hare Krishnas have killed anybody yet. Hare Krishna. It's your parents' fault. All right, now they ask you to find the probability that both the people you pull out of the box, you're going to pull 2 slips of paper out. And what will they have on them? They want to know what is the probability that they both involved intoxicated drivers. So you're going to have to pick out the intoxicated driver. Now be very careful because you're used to, in the last few sections, going through and hitting intoxicated driver and going through and doing the whole slash thing. Don't do it on this one because they're only asking you the intoxicated driver. Was the driver intoxicated? Yes. Right here. No. Right here. So you have to, yes, going across. Going across. So you have to be careful. Find the probability that they both involved intoxicated drivers. So that's going to be the probability of intoxicated drivers. Drunk drivers. I don't know why they still call them drunk drivers. I guess intoxicated sounds better. Yeah, everything. Can't call Washington Redskins Redskins. Probability of drunk driver. Y'all heard that? That they're banning on radio, and some of the radio stations now, you can't say Redskins. So what are you going to call them? Can't call them Indians. I guess you call them Washington Red Helmets or something.
I don't understand how it's racist or anything like that, because why would you think you see anything insulting?
Because you got 5 or 6 people over here saying they don't like it, so the rest of the 94% of the population have to suffer. It's called minority rules. And I think in some cases that's okay, you know, when it has to do with people's rights. But we're not talking about people's rights here. We're talking about the name of a football team. I love my country. But our country sucks in some areas. And our country sucks when it comes to tolerance. We have gone overboard.
The racist incident.
We can't say anything. Anything we say. I can't say black sheep. If I say black sheep, I get somebody come up to me after class saying, I'm offended. I actually had that happen. I had a student, this was when I was teaching at Pendleton, and I was telling them that I was the black sheep. And the thing, I was the one that didn't study. I was the one that didn't make A's. I was the one that, no, I obeyed because I didn't want to stick upside my head. I did what I was supposed to, but I didn't excel. My sister is white sheep. She was the one, summa cum laude, magna cum laude, everything cum laude. And I said that one day, and I was talking about my math background. And this woman came up to me after class, and she said, I just wanted to tell you that I was offended by your comment about black sheep.
Was she white or black?
She's black. And I said, well, what do you want me to call it? What do you call a black sheep?
I'm not white.
I said, you give me a name to call the black sheep, and I'll call it the black sheep, or whatever you're going to. I said, give me a name. Well, you could have done it with just sheep. Oh, there's a video. I remember seeing it. I was looking up videos on black hole research, and there is a video on here on YouTube where these gentlemen are having a meeting. And there's 2 or 3 sitting at this table, and there's 2 or 3 sitting at this table, and they're talking about missing funds. That's not good, okay? And it's like a city council is asking the director something, and one of the white city councilmen goes, "We don't know where this money's going. It's just going into a black hole." And the 2 guys over here, they started ranting and raving about, I'm offended. You're racist. You're racist. And personally, I think they were trying to, what do you call it, misdirect. I think they were trying to get the subject on something else because they were fixing to get in trouble. But anyway, black hole. What do you call a black hole? Oh, I'm sorry, a hole of essence of matter. How did we get on black holes? It's your fault, Miss Wilson. All right. So how many drunk drivers are there? Well, follow it across. How many?
64.
64.
65.
65 over how many?
No, that's wrong.
187. How much is it? I'm sorry, 26 plus 39 is what? Okay, 65. So 65 over and 187. Now, the next one is going to be something over something, but you got to discern whether it's going to be with replacement or without replacement. Let's see if it says anything about and there it is right there. Now, what does this have to do with? It has to do with bodies. It has to do with death. You can't go back, except for the people that get run over and come back to life. Okay? So, what would this one be? 64 over 186. Now, do that math right there and round it to 3 decimal places. Now, the best way to put this in the calculator is parentheses, 65 divided by 187, close parentheses, times, parentheses, 64 divided by 186, close parentheses. And somebody give me 3 decimal places.
0.120.
Wait,
Sorry.
11
No, it's
Y'all suck.
0.119602093.
Okay. Does everybody agree now? 0.119?
Yes.
Yeah, but the 6.
I got 0.672.
But the 6 makes it go
All right, close enough for government work. How about that?
That works out then.
Now, let's do it by, is it 3 or 2? They did ask for 2, right? Yeah, 2. Let's do it, that's without replacement. And I'm just going to do it with replacement so you can actually see. Of course, you can't do it with replacement, but it would be 65 over 187 raised to the what? Second power. So do that until you can raise and round to 3 decimal places. That means Cleveland Indians can't be Cleveland Indians no more. What about the Chiefs? Kansas City Chiefs. What about the New York Giants? That's discriminatory against Giants. What do you get?
0.122.
121.
What?
Can y'all not agree on
Yeah.
one thing?
0.121. Sorry. I didn't know you didn't change it.
Are they different?
Not really.
Yeah, they are different. If you're talking about
You didn't change it.
3 decimal places, you'll get it wrong. So that's why you need to make sure you get a highlighter and you highlight that so you can make sure, do I take one off or can I use a exponent? Miss Poland moved out. She just quit. See you later.
How did you get that point? 119.
In the calculator.
I did the calculator, but I get it.
No, I'm going to use this one because I can actually see the numbers. It's dark back there and you got a small phone calculator. I won't be able to see
What
it.
you trying to say?
Are you offended?
Oh, now you trying to discriminate against my phone?
Yeah. It's a black sheet. That's fun. That was funny. Black Jesus. All right, where's my, there we go. All right, are you watching?
Yes.
All right. I want to make sure you're watching. What?
What did you do?
It won't open my. For some reason, it won't. There we go. There we go. All right, here we go. Parentheses. Wait a minute. All right. Parentheses. 65 divided by 187 times, parentheses, 64, for those that are listening and not talking while I'm talking, 186, and enter.
Yeah, you put
What did I do?
you
Oh,
multiplied the divided.
okay, hold on. Second function, entry. Actually, it's 0.120, rounded to 3 decimal
That's what I tried
places.
to tell you. And you flipped on me.
No, I could not hear you because everybody else was saying there's something different.
I know, I was trying to figure it out.
You did a good job, Miss Bannister.
Thank you, and I'll let you know last time.
I'm very
I got
happy.
this.
All right, next,
I'll be here just
let's do a nerd. And what I would do, if I was y'all, is I would do it both ways, and that way you can see when you start getting the answers similar is usually after 200. But both the numerator and the denominator have to be over 200 for you to actually see it be very close. So let's pull up a problem and let me see if I can get the CD problem, because that is a test question. I just have to find it. It's back here, I think. That's a test question. Alarm clock. That's a test question. I'm getting there. It takes me a while to find it. I don't know why I can't find it, but I did it this morning. Okay. I know I did it this morning. It's 8 o'clock class. There it is. Number 7. All right, write that down, and then we'll do the alarm question afterwards. While y'all writing it down, I'll take the roll so everybody can run out of here like a bat out of Hades. Miss Wilson, please be quiet. You're distracting people in the class. What? Let's see. Fine, go away. I don't understand these computers sometimes. I'll give you a hint. The first thing you got to do is find out how many are good. There you are. Okay, Miss Bannister's here, Miss Baroni is here, Miss Barrington is here, Carpenter, Sharping, Dawson is here, Desai is here, Franks is here, Gray is here, Hunsinger's here. Okay, Melissa is not here. How about Taylor Jones? Okay, she's here. Melissa's not here. I thought I saw her this morning. Kern is here. Kurtz, where are you? She leave early? I don't think I saw her today. Marshall? Here. Mayfield? Morgan was here. Mullen? Mullen?
That's the one, I think she left.
This is he. Oliver is here. Poland was here. Miss Robinson, she's not here. No, I'm sorry. I got you mixed up with another Robinson. I'm sorry. You're here. Roller. Here. Smith. Smith, as in John, as in Kinsley. Thrasher. Thought I saw you. Tollison. Turner. Whitman. Wilmerine is here, and Wilson is here. Change your other what? Why? You wasn't here.
I was here.
Can't do that.
Wow. I
You
texted
can't.
you.
I'm sorry. I can't.
You told me earlier you would.
You some Mexican food at 7, right?
I told you what? If you come up here and stick your head in the door, I do.
I'm not even here.
It's not going to hurt you.
It might.
Yeah, it's going to take 10 points off your final grade.
That'll hurt my heart.
Anyway,
You some Mexican food at 7, right?
no, I can't go at night. I'm banned from the Mexican restaurant at night.
Like with
Are y'all actually talking about the problem? Wow. Dang old, right here. Dang old, without the place.
The last 6
But, look at these numbers. 866 minus 174 is what?
692.
You got 600s on the top and 800s on the bottom. It's not going to make a difference whether you do it either way. So we're going to do it both ways. How many place values?
3.
Round it.
I did.
And what is it?
She got 5.5, so I got 0.6 of them.
I believe y'all can't. Y'all break an anvil with a banana. Somebody's out there going, it's your parents' fault. It's the thing that falls on the coyote's head. What coyote? All right. I wish I didn't have to blow these things up. I wish people would sit at the front of the class. All right, they can't see. Is this thing frozen up? Try something I learned in the war.
Hit it to the third brother.
No. Unplug it and get the config sys to recalibrate. But that ain't gonna work. All right, I'm sorry. It quit on me.
It didn't work.
I know it didn't. It works on the other classrooms. It didn't work. It don't work in this one.
Vietnam War, it didn't work. You're right.
We won't talk about the Vietnam War because presidents were killed for the. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that. All right. Okay. What was the 866 minus 174?
692.
Was it 692 over 866? Without replacement means that we're going to drop it by 1. 691 over 865. And then the last one, is it 3? Okay. 690 over, I'm trying to show y'all how to do it. 864. And then you take your handy dandy calculator out. And parentheses 692 divided by 866 times 691 divided by 865 times 690 divided by, second, insert, dang old parenthesis. My 7-year-old got suspended yesterday.
What they do?
He wanted to fill the gun handle on the resource.
Yes. set it up.
Well, that's a big thing. You don't mess with somebody's weapon. I mean, honestly, that's
Wait.
one. You got some Barney Fifes out there that will go into conniptions, okay, and shoot yourself in the foot like happened at Lakeside several years ago. Then you got guys that handled it. He handled it pretty well. He just took his hand and put it on his gun, but he did feel somebody tugging at it, which he wasn't trying to take it out. He was just trying to hold the part that sticks out of the holster. He was trying to hold it
How long you spend for?
today.
What did you say to him? What did I call him? Yeah, did you go up there?
No, well, yeah, I couldn't. I had 12:45 class. They called my ex-wife because he's with her this week. But the principal told the vice principal to call me, and I sat in on a teleconference call. I mean, a telephone call. What do you call it? Anyway, speaker. I was on speaker, and I listened to the thing. And he's gonna get a couple of pops from me. That's something you don't mess with.
Why does a resource officer have a gun?
Because one, he needs to, and two, there needs to be a presence there, and three, he was bending down talking to some students in the lunchroom or something, and my son was behind him in line, and I think somebody either dared him or he thought it would be cute, one of the two. He's never done anything bad before. This was really, oh gosh, he went into
You got it
hysterics.
from me.
Hmm?
You got it from me.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much.
I caught the jack-o'-lantern on fire at Varenus and caused the fire alarms to go off.
So you're gonna punish him a week later?
I told him he was going to get popped. 0.51.
Do you use a belt?
No, I use a polypole.
What?
It's a 3/8"
Yeah.
electric fence post.
Oh,
About this big around.
Wait, what?
I don't have to whip him too much. You know why?
Because you don't like that pole. But you should, that's mean.
Oh, I guess I should give him a time out.
You know what you can do?
That does a lot.
I mean,
Good, my kid.
My dad picked up a belt or a stick.
hickory. Yeah, that was what I got.
My mother, fly swatter handle or switch.
My mom needs to do anything.
And I grew up, and I'm not crazy, and I'm not violent, but I grew up respecting my parents, and I grew up respecting my teachers. Because I knew if I disrespected my teacher, when I got home, I was going to get tore up. No, whooping. Yeah, a whooping. No, I wasn't going to get a whipping. A whipping is different from a whooping. A whipping is somebody popping you on the rear end. A whooping, that's when you can't sit down. All right. Oh, what did we get? I got 0.510. Oh, what is wrong with this thing? There it is. It was on frozen. I hit the wrong button to turn it back off. Take these three numbers, multiply them together, and you get 0.50978. 0.50978. Still not working. Now, do 692 divided by 866 and raise it to the third power. 0.510. What is the first one rounded to 3 decimal places? Is there a difference between the two? No. But just be careful. I always tell students to do it both ways on each problem. One, you get extra practice, and two, you check to see if you've got a calculation error, because you know they're going to fall within 1 or 2 decimal places of being close to each other. All right, let's find the question that gets everybody. This one. All right, write that one down. Class is over at 12:35, right? Okay. I already took roll, so y'all. Now, if you wait 2:30, I'll eat with you Mexican 2:30 or 2:15, 2:20. Well, I'll buy your birthday lunch or whatever.
All right.
Anybody else want to go to birthday at 2:20? All right, we'll see you there.
If we got a lab, we'll come.
Ellerette, you won't sit with us.
You right. I might.
Is this like, are we?
If we're actually doing this, I'll go.
No, I'm going at 2:20.
Okay.
You're going for sure?
Yeah,
What time?
2:20. I get out of class at 2:10.
Okay.
So,
I'll be there for 20.
you going?
Who cuts your hair?
What is up with my hair? What is wrong with my hair?
I'm
told you it was different.
a cosmetologist, so I like look at that.
You like what?
Shoot, my hands are making me.
That sucks.
What did you ask me? Did I what my hair?
Who cuts your hair?
Cuts your hair myself.
Nobody's cut it in 3 or 4 weeks.
Well, who does? Same here.
I mean, who does on normal basis? Like every 5 weeks.
A friend of mine's mother, she's got a shop in Centerville.
Instead of, right that way, near the school? Yeah. What shop is it?
Can't remember the
Are you
name.
trying to get a job there, or?
No, I already have it.
It's right there at
Getting on you up.
it's right there at the old fire station.
Where the washerette used to be?
Mhm. Mhm. I've been going to it for 3 years. I can't tell you what the name of it is, but she owns it. She used to have like 3 or 4 beauticians in there, but now she just does it for herself. She don't have anybody else in there.
So it's just her?
Mhm. She's got one place for some, but she retired and she don't want to have to fool with nobody.
Oh, they're kind of old.
I guess. I don't know how old she is.
I was just
She's probably 5 to 10 years older than me. No, she'd have to be more than that, older than that. I don't know.
Is she your friend's mother?
Yeah,
She's the one
she's
who-
yeah, she's older than me.
Is it about time for a haircut? I mean,
She's gotta tell you something.
Well, thank you. I appreciate
I'm
that.
just asking. Like, it's not.
Oh, I thought she said.
I
I thought she said it is.
Is it about time for a haircut?
Yeah, about a week
I'm trying
ago.
to picture your hair like, I'm
Do
gonna
not.
cut it. You understand? Like, I'm trying to walk through it right now. You get
I
about an inch
understand.
cut off the top? Yeah.
I don't know what I tell. I tell her to trim it. All I tell her to
Trim
do.
it?
Yeah.
Good, that's a good definition right there. I hate when people tell me that.
All right. The principle of redundancy is used when a system reliability is improved through redundant or backup components. Assume that a student's alarm clock has 11.2% daily failure rate. Complete parts A through D. What is the probability that the student's alarm clock will not work on the morning of an important final exam?
11.2.
Yep. I don't think so. No. Let's do this one Thursday. I don't feel like doing it. Oh yeah, y'all do not come to class when?
Tuesday.
We have faculty work day. I'm going to be in